Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about having a Capricorn Sun and Taurus Moon in a natal chart. Now, first off, the basic character, which is the Sun, and in this case, the Sun being in Capricorn, can be very disciplined, structured, responsible, consistent, ambitious, but yet pessimistic. Now, on the unconscious side, which is the moon. The conscious side is the sun. The moon represents the unconscious side of the person in astrology. So on the unconscious side, with the moon being in Taurus side, can be placid, calm, uh, persevering, persistent, trustworthy, yet even stubborn and obstinate. Now, this person may bring that Capricorn ambition into something Taurus related, which can include gardening, cultivation, carpet laying, working as a pawnbroker, something with stocks, architecture, agriculture, as some examples. And the sun in astrology is connected with our basic wants. And Capricorn sun wants to attain success. Taurus moon, the moon is about our emotional needs, and the Taurus moon needs creature comforts, possessions, peace, quiet, and stability. The sun in astrology is about our true self, and the sun being in Capricorn, the true self can be premeditative, serious, and melancholy. And the moon represents the inner self, the inner personality. And with the moon being in Taurus, that inner self um, may be very stable, stolid, serious, and even I should say stable, stable, stolid, and serious, but also peaceful, and may have an aversion to expanding their horizons. Um, the thing about this too is the person. The sun in astrology is associated with our driving motivation, and this person with a Capricorn sun may be driven and motivated to improve what their social status and stature in life, which is Capricorn. And with a Taurus moon, it may be doing so, through finance. It might be more deliberate and methodical, ponderous energy, or I should say, deliberate and methodical manner. Um, and the thing about this too is that this could be more harmonious if this is in a trine aspect. A trine aspect in astrology is 120 degrees. And I use a 10-degree orb if at least one personal planet is involved. In this case, of course, you have two personal planets that are involved, the sun and the moon. And let's say, for example, if the Capricorn sun is at 8 degrees and the Taurus moon is at 5 degrees, that would form a trine aspect. And it shows where it could work better together. The energy of the sun and the moon, if it's in trine aspect. The sun in Capricorn, it could be have good business acumen. The sun in astrology is our basic fundamental character, and the sun in Capricorn again could have good business acumen. The Taurus moon, may have an ability for financial acumen. Because it's something connected with something they feel like doing. The moon is about how we feel, and Taurus moon may often feel more like making money, than a lot of other people on average. And the thing is, and this is the actions in astrology are connected with the sun. And the moon is about our reactions and responses. So, the actions with the sun being in Capricorn can be prudent, premeditative, very serious. And, the reactions, being the moon is again connected to reactions and responses of a person. And with the moon being in Taurus, the reactions may be more deliberate, methodical. It might be after pondering something for some time, is sometimes even unresponsive, and the reactions and responses can also be very calm and placid. Now, The thing about this is now the sun in astrology is associated with the biological father. And having a Capricorn sun, the person's biological father, may actually be a Capricorn sun, moon, or ascendant, or embody those characteristics. And the moon in astrology reflects the mother. So having a Taurus moon, person's mother may actually be a Taurus sun, moon, or ascendant, or embody those traits. And it's also about the perception of these people. Having a Capricorn sun, the person may perceive the biological father as somebody that's very structured, disciplined, consistent, responsible, ambitious, career-oriented, but at the same time they perceive the biological father as somebody that's overly pessimistic or negative or melancholy. It could be one, person dominated, by their own, interests. Um, Somebody that's not, it could be overly serious and not, whimsical at all, as some examples. And the thing about the Taurus moon, the person may perceive, the mother as somebody that's very persevering, persistent, trustworthy, patient, calm, placid, and loyal and steadfast, but may also perceive the mother as somebody who might be overly stubborn, obstinate, unyielding, even greedy or avaricious, as some examples. Now, another thing too is if this is going back to the the trine aspect. If the Capricorn sun and Taurus moon, if they're in a trine aspect in your chart, well, I would say that can increase the propensity of the biological father and mother being together during their, for that entirety of their life, that they are, married. The thing about it is a lot of that can be predicated and dependent on their own individual synastry, what they have with each other, with their own individual charts, and the synastry that exists in those charts. But the thing is having Capricorn Sun and Taurus Moon combination, and naturally the person that has this combination can be very pragmatic and practical, because the two, the Sun and the Moon both being Earth signs, the person may also be just generally very premeditative, prudent, cautious, and have good economical ability. And the thing about this is the fact that the Sun and the Moon both being in Earth signs, the person again maybe have good planning ability and being able to premeditate and plan ahead. But the thing is, you've got to look at modifying influences and contraindicators in the natal chart. If the person, say, has a Capricorn Sun and Taurus Moon in their natal chart, but has an Aries ascendant as an example, well, the Aries ascendant may modify this energy to some degree, and the person outwardly may be a little bit more impulsive, than the typical spontaneous, more so than the typical Capricorn Sun, Taurus Moon combination. And the thing is, it's also Capricorn Sun, Taurus Moon, is really overall. You have the Capricorn Sun having a good business acumen. Taurus Moon could have the financial acumen. It could work really well together, especially if this is in a trine aspect. But the thing is, there might a different completely different ascendant could modify this to some degree. Say a Pisces ascendant is not about outwardly is less concerned about things of a monetary nature. So I mean, it's really you got to look at the whole chart, as as to in order to see the whole person and not isolate one or two things and making a complete analysis on it. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.